Okay, Clint Bowyer has joined us. Clint is the driver of the number 15, 5-Hour Energy Toyota for Michael Waltrip Racing, and having a heck of a season so far. Clint, talk about coming up here to Michigan. I know this is in the backyard of your sponsor, and just talk about that maybe, and also how practice went for you so far.
Yeah, practice went pretty good. A good turnaround from last week. Seems like last week's track and really seemed to be one of the first races that we really had a big difference, a big separation in practice and speed. I mean, it was cars that were head and shoulders above other cars, other teams, and certainly we were a little bit behind with our MWR teams last week. So guys made some adjustments back home to the shop, as many as they could, and it seems like woke the cars up a little bit and had pretty good speed. So excited about the weekend. Always fun to come up here. Fun crowd up here. The fan base is a lot of fun. The infield in this racetrack, a lot of good times out there. So it's always fun to race in front of a crowd like that, this close to everything. It's fun up here. Track's fast, extremely fast, and she's bleached out a little bit, but it's still got pretty good speed. So it's going to be a good race.
Take questions now for Clint. We'll start here with Stan, and then we'll go to Pete, and then to Jim.
Hey, Clint, Stan Creekmore with RPMTonight.com. You just kind of said the word to the question I was going to ask. If you could describe Michigan in a single word, what a single lap is like, and then if you could give some kind of definition to what you think the 200 laps are going to be like.
Well, I mean, one word to be fast, obviously. 200 laps is going to be a lot of different things. I mean, anytime your speeds are up that high, these things are singing a pretty high tune. You're really ringing them out on a track like that, hard on a drivetrain and things like that on the engine. Attrition's always a big part of this. Fuel mileage can come to be a part of it at the end. I mean, you never know what's going to be the winning, combination at this racetrack. But the restarts are going to be exciting. With as much grip as this place has in it, I think the restarts are going to be fun and exciting.
Yeah. We'll go Pete and then to Nate.
Clint Pete, MotorRacingNetwork.com, Sirius XM NASCAR. Any hesitation, trepidation, or worry about the Toyota engine this weekend in terms of reliability as well as horsepower?
No, I mean, everybody knows where we're at, what's going on. I mean, that's the neat thing about, Toyota in the TRD camp. They set us all down last week, explained, where they're at on it, and gave us a lot of intel and some insight of what's going on. So me personally, that I love that. I like as long as you know what's going on, know what to expect, know the game plan, and more importantly, probably when we can be back on track as far as 100% is concerned. I'm fine with that. Where we're at in the points, a DNF hurts you way, way, way worse than a win could ever possibly help you in this sport, and that's our case right now. So we just we've been off a little bit the last couple of weeks. I think it's a big turnaround for our team, our organization this weekend, and I'm excited to go battle. They pulled a little bit back from us. It's certainly if we get our cards handling good, they're plenty capable of winning the race. I'm not worried about the engines as far as being the cause that we can't win.
More juice this week than you did last week at Pocono?
Juice? Explain juice. Horsepower. We tried to squeeze some more juice out of it, yes.
Let's go to go to Jim right there, and then to Nate.
Jim Noble, ESPN. The end of last year, I remember you said, we didn't win the championship, but we beat Jimmy Johnson. And now you look at this year, and he's got a 51-point lead, and they're winning races. Is there any party that just says, what's up with those guys? They seem to be
hopefully, you're probably just going to be able to take out the first part of that and use the last part. If you beat Jimmy Johnson, you're probably going to win the championship. So, hopefully that'll be the case. I mean, they're good. They won. When it's all said and done, you're going to look back at that team, and they're going to be the best this sport's ever seen. You can't say that right now. They're still going, but my personal opinion, when it's all said and done, and Jimmy Johnson's, retired and sitting on a couch somewhere, he's probably going to be sitting there the best the sport's ever seen.
Let's go to Nate.
Nate Ryan, USA Today Sports. Clint, I know you don't race open-wheel cars per se, but you do a lot of dirt, late-model racing and everything, and on short tracks everywhere. In the wake of Jason Leffler's death, does that give you any pause about continuing to do that, or do you ever feel like when you race at that level, the safety standards, are they different than this level, and does that ever affect you?
No, I mean, as far as safety standards, they're as best that we know how to make them in any level. It's certainly, we learn from our mistakes a lot of times, but, they're the best that we know how to make them, no matter what the level is, whether it's a street stock competition, or a cup race. So sad. Jason was such a good guy. He was fun to be around, and, it's weird to think that he's not around anymore. Of course it's scary, but we're all racers. We love to go to the racetrack just like he did and compete. It's what we've done our whole lives, and, it's probably not going to stop now.
Additional questions for Clint? All the way back in the back.
Alex Van Tilburg with NASCAR Productions. You won at Sonoma last year.
I did.
What are your thoughts going there next week?
I can't wait. Hopefully we can do it again. Fun racetrack. It's the first road course of the year. It's always nerve-wracking just getting on the racetrack, shifting gears, having to downshift, then coming on a pit road to meet pit road speed. It's exciting. The track itself is fun. I think it's like a short track of road course racing. I love short track racing, so it's just one of those tracks I've always been able to get on the racetrack, find pretty good speed, and get comfortable, get settled in, and have a good weekend.
Stan has one more, and that probably close it out. Stan?
Stan Creekmore again with RPMtonight.com. You made a statement about the death of Jason Leffler, and I can remember in my history of covering this sport that previous generations would not speak about injuries or deaths at all. It was like it was a bad thing to do. What do you think is different about the drivers now that you all are willing to speak about what can happen in this sport?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that it's changed. Nobody likes to talk about that, but everybody, loved and loved to be around Jason. You want to talk about the good times and the positive things that he brought to all of us. So, I don't know that we don't want to talk about it. Certainly